Guys, you're not gonna believe it. It was in Ahsoka's head the whole time.
Hey.
No way. All right, and welcome back to Desk Pop. Today we're going to be going over Ahsoka Part 5, Shadow Warrior.
All right, well, let me get this out of the way before I forget. Thumbs up.
Yeah, bro, it was a great episode. Honestly, I got chills. I was tearing up.
The first half is what made it for me, or what did it for me.
Really?
Fighting.
The first half?
The
Yeah.
first half.
They had me in the
Her
second.
fighting.
The flashbacks? Like that whole sequence?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. I really hope we do get to see Anakin back. He looked like perfect.
There was a lot of discussion about this episode on Twitter and just like online in general. A lot of people didn't realize that watched the Clone Wars or Rebels or anything like that. They didn't realize that Ahsoka was a kid during the Clone Wars.
Dude, yes. You guys know who the actress
Yeah,
is, right?
yeah.
He was Gamora. She was in
She
65.
was young Gamora. She was in 65, and she was
Barbie.
in Barbie.
Yeah,
Yes.
she was in Barbie.
She's building out a nice portfolio. I forgot what her name is.
And it's all this year. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Hey, good for her. Good for her.
Yeah, she getting the bag. I know that.
Do you know how old she was when she started off as Anakin's Padawan?
She looks young, probably around like 13.
Yeah, she was 14. She was 14
Yeah.
years old. The first episode of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
She was 14.
But it's weird because a lot of people don't realize it because obviously Clone Wars is animated.
It's
She just
hard to
doesn't
tell, like, the age.
Yeah, it's
She
hard to
looks-
tell the age until you see her in live action. You're like, wait, she's a child.
I don't
Like,
remember where I saw the comment, but it said something about that it makes it more real now. Like
It does.
The Clone Wars, like seeing it in live action makes it a lot more real and more.
I guess it raised the stakes a little bit. Do you like Anakin's I
I already told you I loved it.
liked his armor and everything.
Dude, yeah,
Yeah.
it looked exactly the way it looks like in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
It looked like the Siege of Mandalore and the battle on Ryloth, I believe it was. They really made it look exactly the way it was supposed to look like in the animated
Yeah.
series. So it just looked amazing. I really loved it. Is it in her head or is she actually in the worlds in between worlds? And I believe now, looking at it, the whole process, it is in her head. She didn't actually get transported to another dimension. Because the way that the world between worlds is set up and they showed it in this episode don't really correspond with how they're supposed to work.
And I called it last week. I brought up Justice League and I was like, it's in her head.
That's what I was
imagining
trying to
this
bring
whole
up
thing.
last time too. Like she was like dead, but you know how they go through that whether they want to come back or not.
Yeah, so
That's what I was trying to bring up. but
that was
I
pretty
couldn't,
much what
put it into
Anakin
words.
Like
was.
the Harry Potter thing.
Yeah, kind of like in the end of Harry Potter. You know how he dies and then he's talking to Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Yes, it's purgatory.
Purgatory.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's what I said. I said purgatory.
When? Right now?
No, last time.
Oh, okay, I thought you said. Oh, yeah. It's purgatory. Yeah. So pretty much, I think what Anakin was trying to get her to do was either to live or to die, like in real life. But also, he was trying to finish her training by pretty much telling her that it's okay that they didn't get to finish their training because Ahsoka has a lot of trauma, and I think that's why her relationship with Sabine this season hasn't been working because she has a lot of guilt towards what happened with Anakin. Like, I feel like she thinks she could have saved him, but like,
At the end of the day, she was a child.
yeah, she was. Yeah, I don't think Ahsoka should have put the blame on her because you're a kid. It's more Obi-Wan's fault, if anything. Palpatine too. Like, there's just a lot of
There's a lot of variables.
a lot of variables. And for a 14 to 19-year-old kid to go up against Darth Sidious, like mind games, you had no shot, man. I think Anakin was lost when Qui-Gon died.
Does your perception of Anakin Skywalker as a character and as a person change after this episode? Mine doesn't, but he was kind of a dick.
When?
In this episode,
Yeah, like just in the flashbacks and the way he talked to Ahsoka.
I don't
This
think
is
so.
in her head.
I don't think so. It showed me more of him being more like, I don't know, what would you say, more human, I guess. He was showing more.
He was a lot more like a soldier than a Jedi, and he kept bringing that up.
He did
So they
bring it
are
up.
soldiers, though.
He did bring it up when they were. She was holding the clone's hand, and he was like, "Yeah, people die."
Yeah,
They do, though.
they died.
He's like, "We just gotta go back to war."
I mean, that's the sad
and
reality of war.
that's not even like to put the whole blame on Anakin because I guess during the Clone Wars, like the Jedi might have lost their way,
Yeah.
where they essentially turned into soldiers and they lost the Jedi way.
No, I think Jedi can be soldiers for war and all that. I don't think that was a problem of losing their way. I think they lost their way in other ways that this isn't the episode to talk about for like the whole Star Wars like Jedi.
No, yeah.
But I will say I saw a lot of people on the internet say this, and I do agree. I feel like this is the Vader that Darth Sidious wanted. Like the way that Anakin was fighting, the way that he was very agile, the way that he was powerful as well, like the way like he handled the lightsaber. Darth Sidious signed that for. So when like he was burned burned and all that, and he had to like build them out of robot parts. He was like, "Fuck, man! Like
Just ruined my dream.
this is what I'm stuck with now."
So Jason is, I would say, the MVP of this episode.
Definitely.
We're giving MVPs now.
No, but
But just a special one-time MVP to Jason. No, dude, I think he really had.
He's got the power in him.
I was gonna say because you either have like more power with lightsabers or with the Force, and I feel he's more Force-centric in his
abilities.
Yes, the way he heard the lightsabers clashing in the water. Did Hera ever hear? Did Hera hear that, or did she? She was like, you know what?
They showed her like trying to think it.
For a moment, she was like, you know what? I can't hear it, but let me just play along.
I think she gaslighted herself into hearing it.
She was over here like,
Yeah, I can hear it. She's like, yeah, I can hear it.
she's like, oh my god, they're in the water.
like, who is she fighting?
Do you think Jason's gonna become somebody's Padawan?
No, dude. Like, I really feel bad for Jason, but I think he's one of the people that gets killed by Kylo.
You think so?
Yeah, when yeah, because look, realistically, how many Jedi Masters are there in this universe right now? You know,
At the time of Ahsoka?
Yeah, it's Luke and it's Ahsoka. That's it, right? That is the only
that we know of.
maybe.
Would Luke be a master
Leia?
at this point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was already a master at the end of the first trilogy.
He was training Grogu for a bit. The sponsor of this video today,
Is that Puff?
yeah, it's us.
That's us.
Yeah, man. We try really hard. We love Star Wars. We love having these conversations. And it would really be appreciative if you guys subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like if you enjoy it. Yeah, if you
Share
enjoy
it with your friends.
these type of episodes. Thank you. Thank you for supporting us. And thank you for blowing up the last video. This is pretty much why, because the last video, blow up for us.
So I want to bring up something else with Ahsoka and Anakin. I saw this hot debate on Twitter. Everybody was going back and forth with it. Did Ahsoka have Sith eyes, or was it the reflection of the lightsaber?
A reflection of the lightsaber.
Sith eyes, 100%.
Sith eyes. 100%.
Yeah, when she's dueling Anakin and there's a red, the red lightsaber comes out, that was pretty badass too. They're like close up to each other and she has like reddish eyes. And I think that's the anger in her. Like she's really mad about what happened to Anakin. She's really mad about everything that went down. And I don't know, I understand because she really wants to.
I think it's just, I think it was Sith eyes. I think it's just her frustrations were coming out.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, frustration. She's just frustrated with how Anakin turned out. And Anakin even says it. She's like, is this what it's all about?
Yeah.
Like when, I think it was during the Siege of Mandalore is when she brings it up.
Yeah.
You haven't learned anything. This is not what this is about. It's not about me turning into Vader or not completing your training. It's about you letting go of that trauma, letting go of that toxic behaviors or whatever you want to call it, and just becoming a better master for your own Padawan, for Sabine, because you guys do come from a great lineage of masters, of Jedis and all that. Just because some of those roots went bad doesn't mean that all of it went bad. Like you're still all the good from all the Jedi lineage that you have.
Her lineage is crazy.
Oh yeah, man. You guys do you know her lineage?
No.
So we got Yoda at the very top, and then Count Dooku.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then Qui-Gon,
yeah.
and then Obi-Wan, and then Anakin, Ahsoka, and then Sabine.
Sabine. I like how it ends with Sabine.
Yeah. So in that case, though, do you think Sabine is gonna play a bigger role since she's the last of this lineage?
No, I don't think so.
I think she should. I think she should. I don't know if she will, but I do think she should have a bigger role just because she is. She's the end of this lineage. She's the end of this great dynasty.
Yeah, I think though that just what's up?
That's terrible.
What?
To end with her?
Yeah, because I feel like we haven't got a lot from her, bro. But if they built her up to it, like it's anything.
I think she'll just realize that maybe she's not meant for the ways of the Jedi, which is okay. Like maybe she'll take a different role, a different approach.
Bro, I think
she doesn't really have the Force. Right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. She's been struggling this whole time, so that way when she overcomes it, it's like this. Oh, she did it.
Yeah, I just feel like
she did it.
I mean, we are in episode 5 now, so for them to just cram another
we got 3 episodes, my brother.
I know,
yeah,
but
that for her to overcome it in 3 episodes is like too quick.
Yeah, way too quick.
It should have been like starting off like now or last episode.
Yeah, and we didn't even see her this episode.
To get like a great handle of it,
You know what's so funny? We were talking about this. We didn't realize it's 8 episodes.
Yeah, we were talking about
we
this.
brought it up the other day.
Because I was talking to one of my friends and I was telling him, like, yeah, it ends in one more episode. He's like, no, it's 8 episodes. I'm like, no, it's not. We've been saying on the podcast it's been 6 this whole time. And then I realized it. Thank God we're not that big that nobody really corrects us,
It's like that meme. It's like, how did it feel when you Googled it and you were wrong?
So how do you guys feel now knowing that it's 8 episodes?
We're not like too rushed into it now.
Yeah, now I feel like it's not too rushed into it. Because I was like, really, like 6 episodes. Like, there's no way they're gonna fit everything into this next episode.
That's what I was
They
thinking.
would have had to made it like an hour and a half.
Pretty much we have 6, 7, and 8 for her to find Ezra and Thrawn and all that.
Yeah.
Did you hear the they cut out a battle scene between Anakin and Ahsoka as well?
Yeah.
The one on what's the planet called? Mustafar. They were gonna have the same battle that Anakin and Obi-Wan had in episode 3. That would have been badass, bro.
Yeah.
Badass if we saw that. Do you think we're gonna see Anakin again this season?
I think so.
I hope so.
I hope so.
I hope so. Yeah, I think we'll get one more.
Got one more in me.
sneak peek of him.
This episode pretty much ends with her like releasing all that trauma, you know, and now they got to find a way to.
She looks a lot more peaceful now.
Yeah, bro, she's like Gandalf the White. And you know, Dave Filoni really loves Lord of the Rings. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I do not watch Lord of the Rings.
I have tried to get into it. I cannot.
I'm sorry to ramble. I know it's like your favorite books. I know it's your favorite like movies. We cannot get into it. Have you watched it?
Yes, I've watched it.
Like don't
Dude,
put me into it.
I've tried multiple times to watch like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I cannot get past it.
I'll tell you right now, the only way I was able to watch it was after my surgery because my ass was planted to the couch.
Motherfucker, that was like 6 months ago.
I know, but like I had
That's
not.
That's when you first watched it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But getting back into it.
Yeah, they have to find a way to Ezra. And I thought that was a cool scene. So, like, they had this whole problem with Mon Mothma and the whole Republic and everything. But I thought it was really cool when she got out of the ship and, like, did the whole, like, hey.
Like just connecting to the Purgo, I think is what it's called.
Purgo? Is it Purgo?
Purgo.
Are they not whales?
Yeah,
I was going to say
They're
whales.
space
but-
whales.
They're octopus whales.
No, they're
Yeah.
space.
They're space.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
I mean-
They're octopus
They have
space
tentacles.
whales.
Yeah, they have tentacles.
That's
in the,
crazy.
in the
Yeah,
back.
that's pretty cool. I really did love these animals.
I like how like when they're about to
going to hyperspeed.
they like open up the tentacles, but what I didn't like is how you hear them power up.
Well,
really?
Yeah, like
Well, you know, they're actually the inventors of lightspeed travel.
that's what I also love, like in the Avatar, you know, like a lot of these animals is how they got their bending from, is from watching these animals.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. Yeah, they went into the mouth and off they go.
Off they go.
No, I don't know if you guys know this, but remember when I told you back when we were watching The Mandalorian? I don't know if you were there for that episode, but Grogu was saying hi to the Purgles and all that.
when they're going.
yeah,
through
when they're in
lightspeed.
hyperspeed,
Yeah.
he like waves at them.
They're saying that happened at the exact same time that this happened. So that's Ahsoka inside the whales, and he was actually waving at Ahsoka because Ahsoka like and him are like buddies. Do you guys
Oh,
think?
so he was waving at like Ahsoka.
Yeah. He was not at the whales. He was waving at Ahsoka.
Oh, that's a good little theory.
Yeah, you think it's true?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way to ever prove it, but I mean, that's cool.
The only way to prove it is if like the director would have straight up came out and be like, yeah. So
Little theory.
where do you think Ahsoka's gonna end up once she comes out of lightspeed?
Oh my!
Far away.
They have to land it though.
What if they just throw like a complete curveball at us and they start the episode with like Ezra or Thrawn?
Or like we get like their point of view, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice too,
That'd be
man.
cool.
That'd be a lot better.
That'd be cool just to see like
What they've been up to.
Kind of like a couple time skips of what they've been up to or
Yeah.
what they've been through this entire time.
Yeah, because we've already gotten a whole Ahsoka episode. We might as like she does not need to be in this episode a lot. I know it's her show and all that, but it'd be nice.
We don't need her next
Yeah,
episode.
we don't need her next episode. Honestly, at the end, like when she finally arrives, but just seeing what Thrawn and Ezra have been up to since the end of Rebels would be pretty awesome.
No, at the end of the day, I think it was in Ahsoka's head.
I don't think it was a ghost of Anakin. I think the ghost of Anakin was in her head the whole time,
That was just her.
fighting through all the things she needed like to fight through.
All right, guys. We'll see you next episode. Deuces.